Hello, Mario! Cul-de-sac 15, vehicle crossings. Let's have a look. These are a road in detail. So here's my plan with the vehicle crossings. Always a contentious issue, vehicle crossings, as to whether you put them in at the time of subdivision or the time of building the house. Obviously, if you put them in at the time of subdivision, the builders come and they can get cracked and ripped depending on what's going on with the house building if they're loading large heavy vehicles. So there is one school of thought, and some councils allow you to put the crossings in afterwards. However, they do insist that the developer pay a fixed fee per lot, so that then the council can come back later on and have got the cost of the vehicle entrances covered. In this case here, as this is a training exercise, I have thought that we'll put them in. And I've put some double entrances in, and I'll explain that. So where do we get their details from? Hamilton City Council Hamilton City Council manual there gives us all the lowdown details on these crossings. Variety of different ones here: berm, footpath, berm footpath crossing. Minimum residential 300 to 550. So what I've sort of gone for is a 4 metre wide crossing with a 1 metre splay from the footpath in here, and in the circular up in the cul-de-sac heads I've sort of gone slight variations of that, knowing that regardless of what I do, I'll always fit within the 300 minimum coming through here, and with a bit of a splay. So we're dealing with large sort of vehicle, large sections in an upmarket type subdivision. So probably, we want something a little bit larger. Let's not be budget or minimise on things. Let's go slightly above the minimum, but perhaps the maximum's not quite what we want. So back to the plan here, and eventually, and here you'll see now I've put these two up here for these lots out onto the existing street there because of their proximity to the corner and to the pedestrian or pram crossings. So that tends to separate that traffic a little bit and give good sight distances, obviously. And then I've gone here for these ones here, I've gone for a double entrance. So I've got a 4 metre, I've also put these ones, I tend to put them 1 metre off the boundary, off this boundary here for coming in. Otherwise you're driving down close up to a fence. It can be a little bit confining, a little bit confusing for some people. So these ones here, I've gone for a 5 metre across here, and then I've filled in the little gap where I've put the two together down there. Now there's a number of ways of doing these crossings. One of the ways I've done here is using a block. So I've created the crossing as a block. I'll just give you a look at the block. Insert. So I've got a cross here called a zing, typical name for a crossing, X-I-N-G. And this is what the block looks like there, and I've got a little wipeout in the middle there so that I don't have to, I thought I'd save some time trying to trim out this stuff here, and then I'm able to position the block in at the right place. However, my zing tended to be a little bit counterproductive because as I was using a wipeout and some of the other plans, it tended to sit on top of the coordinates, sit on top of the contours, so I had to bring the contours to the front to counteract that. But I had a block like that which I could rotate into place there, so I'll just get rid of that. And I also created one for a double crossing, but really the double crossings only fit where you've got straights. So on curves and things like that, you've pretty much got to create your own crossing. So I used these double ones up here, just set out 4 metres or 4 or 5 metres wide up there, and then the 1 metre splay. To work out the lines for these, the line of these through here, these side lines, I just went from my there, and I went through into the centre to get the sidelines for those, or the alignment of those, just to make it nice and fit there like that. And there, so I put all my crossings in, and there you go. The vehicle crossings are in like that, as I said, 4 metres wide, or 1 metre off the boundary. So these ones here, I've gone 5 metres across here. Well, I hope I have. And yeah, put them in like that. I've trimmed out the footpath because they tend to be, or councils tend to like them to have one material going through. So although typically this through here would all be concrete, I've left that little line in there, one, to show that there is a crossing there and just to depict it, and two, that there would be a cut line along that point, as it turns out. Anyway, so yeah, trying to keep the size of my videos down and time-wise, so it looks like we're going to just come in a shade around the 6-minute mark, which is pretty good for me. So yep, that'll be a wrap.